Jotham, you've told some origin stories over the past few weeks, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. I did the spelling bee last week.
So since we're taking pages out of each other's books, I think I'm going to have to do an origin story as well. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, okay. So obviously, week by week, you see, I usually have a hat on. Usually, it's a Detroit Tigers hat because I think I'm gonna make that more of like a trademark. When you watch Top of the Standings, you know Andrew has a Tigers hat on. Just something. And
Yeah.
obviously, I have a normal Detroit Tigers hat, a home Detroit Tigers hat with the white Old English D and the navy hat. But I'm obviously wearing this one. It's a spring training hat. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a patch on the right that says American League. It's tough to tell. It's not really a patch. It's like almost invisible, but nonetheless, exactly. And this is one of four Tigers hats. So I have four Tigers hats. Obviously, big Tigers fan. I have multiple, and so I mean, why not? I mean, the Tigers my favorite team, but I have a lot more than just four hats. I I've told some of my stories about going to different stadiums. Like my first ever story time was me talking about going to Comerica Park, going to Great American Ballpark, and going to Progressive Field, all in the same trip, right? So today,
Yeah.
so today I'm gonna go one by one, division by division, and show you all of my hats. And while I show you those hats, I'm gonna tell a little bit behind that hat and how I got it. So I think we'll start off with the American League Central. Why not? That's the Tigers division, and I've been to every single stadium except Minnesota. So I have a majority of the hats. So obviously, let me take out the Detroit Tigers Old English white D home hat, right? So you've seen this before. I usually wear it. There's really no story behind it. I've been to a lot of Tigers games. I also have, the away version as well, spring training, and I also have one more which is very very unique. It's one of my favorites as well. Like look at this.
I have never seen that in my life before.
I think it's another actually, do you remember when uh the Pirates took on, was it the Cubs or the Nationals at Little League World Series, right? The
Yeah, I remember
the
that.
the Players League, right? It was
Yeah.
called like the Players Weekend. This is the Players Weekend hat.
The Tigers played the game?
No, they didn't play in the game, but every single team around the league had the different uniforms and different hats for that weekend.
Oh, I remember that era.
So this is the Tigers version. I don't know if you can tell, but it's almost like neon orange. It's fire. This is one of my favorite hats. The logo is insane. I love this logo so much.
Oh my gosh. That's a nice tiger.
It is. So obviously, I have this one. I have this one. I have the one I'm wearing. Have the home version, and then I already showed the away version right here. All right.
Yeah.
So that's the Tigers. No story behind that. I'm obviously a big Tigers fan as well, but we're both from Illinois. We're both from the Chicagoland area, right? So I've told my stories about me playing baseball, whether it be travel or rather it be in house or league like city baseball. So I've played for the White Sox a few times, and one year I don't know if you've seen the have you seen the White Sox red jerseys? Like they're like multicolored red, white, and blue.
Is the base color white?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I might have seen that before. I've never seen the White Sox in like a red base jersey.
Yeah. So our jersey in for my city league baseball, it was all red. It was their maybe '80s jerseys. It had like a little it had like a character with like a bat. It's really hard to explain the White Sox logo at the time, but I
Uh,
always enjoyed getting hats of teams I played for, like actual MLB hats when I played for a league city baseball team. So if I were on the Cubs, I'd wear a Cubs hat, an MLB Cubs hat. So I played for the White Sox. So one time I went to the White Sox game, and I ended up getting this hat. It's definitely three colors as I mentioned, but it's definitely their old school hat. I definitely like to get more unique hats when I go to the stadiums.
I think I know what logo you were talking about. You're talking. It reminds me of the MLB
Yes,
logo.
exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking as well. Very similar to the MLB logo, where it's like the little character with the bat out, right? Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So I got the hat that matches this, uniform. It's pretty cool. I don't wear it too often. Obviously, not a big White Sox fan, but I have it. It's pretty cool.
Like 3-tone. That's fire.
Yeah, it's definitely very very nice. Um, and then obviously again, I've told the story about me heading to Progressive Field. When they were, the Indians. So I don't know what their team name's going to be now, but I got this hat. This was the hat I got. Pretty. At the time, it was their most unique hat for sure. Again, I tell you, or I told you guys that I like to get the mixture of both. So I got the red brim and navy base, and that's the hat. Pretty cool. I already told my story about going to Cleveland. Very, very nice ballpark. And that's essentially all. I went to Cleveland, got a hat. This is the one I chose. And then the last one out of the AL Central that I have visited is Kansas City. Kauffman Stadium.
Royals.
Yes. This is probably one of my more boring hats. It's really nothing to it. It's literally white and blue. That's it. Going to the stadium was a very, very... I mean, tell me, would you rather have a multicolored hat or just white and blue? I'm taking multicolored in my opinion,
Touche.
Yeah, so, but Kauffman Stadium, it was cool because it was right next to Arrowhead. They're literally almost side by side. It's like a big sports complex where the two stadiums are side by side. So, very, very cool place. I enjoyed watching a game there. Fun place. I got a hat, so nothing too crazy about that. And then, as I mentioned earlier, the only stadium in the AL Central that I have not been to is Minnesota. So, hopefully one day I'll get there. Definitely looks like a cool place.
I'll say one thing about the Kansas City one. It's got to be a nightmare going to Chiefs games and Royals games in September.
I'm sure.
In September. That's got to be a nightmare, especially oh my gosh.
How many cars do you think are parked in that little complex parking lot?
Gosh, it's got to be more than 100,000.
I would think so. I would definitely think so. I mean, it's quite insane. Really cool place though. I really enjoyed that stadium. That's one of my more favorites. One of my more favorite stadiums. All right. So I'm gonna go back from AL to NL. So all right, NL Central. I believe I have gone to every single stadium in the NL Central, but I am missing one hat. And that one hat, I've already told the story. It was Milwaukee. I went to Milwaukee. They didn't have my size, or they didn't have my size and the style of hat I wanted. And so instead, remember, I talked about Carlos Gomez. And I have that shirt. I still have the shirt that I got in replacement of the hat. The Brewers shirt. Carlos Gomez.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see what size this is. This is a size... Bro, I've worn this too many times. The size isn't even on the back. Well, just know I got it in like 4th grade. So I've had this for quite some time. Obviously, it's a Carlos Gomez shirt. He hasn't played for the Brewers in years. But again, going to the Brewers game, very, very cool experience. They played against the Reds. I got a Joey Votto and Todd Frazier signature, actually. So very, very cool place. I enjoyed my time there. Another stadium that is one of my favorites for sure is PNC Park. I made it to PNC Park, a game against the Nationals. So that was when, I don't know, probably 5-6 years ago. And they played the Nationals, so Bryce Harper was a big, player to be, known player at the time, obviously still is, but when he first came up with the Nationals, very good player, Andrew McCutchen in center field. But this is the hat. This is one of my favorites, honestly. I like the yellow.
Wow.
I like the yellow.
Yeah, that yellow brim is nice.
With the logo. I believe this is their batting practice hat.
I don't know how people just have so many different little variations to the hats. Like Detroit's, all you do is change the color. It's a different hat.
Yep, exactly. And it's weird because this hat would be so cool if they wore it in games. Instead, they only wear it for batting practice.
I don't get that, man. It's so some spring jersey apparel is better than the actual, game day uniforms.
Exactly. And again, PNC Park, really, really cool place. I don't remember too much information. I was pretty young, but again, really awesome place. I really enjoyed my time there. Next hat. St. Louis. This is one more recently. I believe I went in the summer of 2018. I went to St. Louis and went to a Cardinals game. Again, nothing too exciting about this hat. Just red and white, normal logo. And it was funny because I actually attended Mike Matheny's last game before he got fired.
I do not know who that is, but I'll have to look him up.
Yeah, he was
Was he
the
like
he,
the manager
yeah,
or something?
he was their former manager who won the World Series with them. So
Oh,
uh it was I attended his last game when he got fired. So not definitely not a good performance by the Cardinals that night. But I got a hat, a really cool place, really cool. It's almost similar in my opinion to Nationals Park, where there's monuments in the background. Obviously, the Arc. So pretty cool place.
Hmm.
And then obviously the two I've talked most about, Chicago Cubs. Live in Illinois. Look at how dirty this thing is. I've worn this so many times playing baseball. Very dirty hat. But I think this one's special to me because this was my first ever MLB fitted baseball hat.
The first one.
First ever of all of the collections. This is the first one I got. I got it at Sports Authority.
How
How?
is that his first hat?
I don't know. But before I used to get those almost trucker hats with the strap in the back. So this is my first ever fitted hat.
You got to be kidding me.
Yeah. Pretty
Oh,
cool.
I would have never guessed.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. I probably if I didn't know which hat I got first, I would probably be surprised that it was a Cubs. But I enjoy it. It's definitely my oldest hat. I don't wear it too often. It's kind of small. But I definitely like it. It's a classic, obviously. One of more classic teams in history. I really wish I got a World Series variant with a patch on the side.
Mm. Yeah, those were pretty dope. Those are pretty dope. Those are the best caps in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I wish I could have gotten it. And we live here. I don't know why I didn't. I'm kind of annoyed by that. But nonetheless, I have it. And then the final one I've talked multiple times about. Cincinnati Reds. Lived in Kentucky, about 15 minutes from the city of Cincinnati. Went to a ton of baseball games. And I got this hat. Again, I didn't actually get it at the stadium. I got it before a game, but I believe it's their batting practice.
With the black brim.
Isn't that nice? I like this one a lot too.
Cincinnati's black is such an underrated part of their color scheme.
Yeah, I mean they used to have pinstripes, which is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean we all know the first first MLB team. So they're pretty historic. But yeah, I definitely this is one of my favorites. I just like the weird looking colors with the teams who have multicolors on the hats. So I had to get this one for sure.
Yeah, that's stylish.
All right, I believe I only have two more divisions to go. All right,
Okay.
so this next one is the AL West.
Oh yeah.
This one is actually pretty. I mean. So I have a lot of ties to Texas. I have a ton of ties to Texas. My father lives in Texas, and I've been to a ton of Rangers games ever since. I think probably 2012 was my first ever Rangers game. So I've been there so many times. Really cool place in the old ballpark. Obviously, I talked about the tour I took in their new ballpark, but this was from the old one. Actually very unique hat. You can see a little bit of a shadow behind it, which is unique.
Yeah, the red. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's fire.
I like it. I like this one a lot too. It's plain, but also it has a tint of uniqueness. Obviously, the red. I like it. It looks clean in my opinion.
Yeah, it's like 3-dimensional. Like it has a
Exactly.
3-dimensional feeling to it.
I agree. I really like this one a ton. Next one. This one is actually one of my favorites. I wear this one a lot. I'm gonna call them the Anaheim Angels because that's what I think they are.
Yeah.
The Anaheim Angels. Look how nice this hat is, dude. Oh my gosh.
Dude, before I got a Mariners jersey, I was seriously considering getting an Angels jersey, and I still am. But man, the Angels are just so clean.
I agree. Their jerseys are very nice. I went to Disneyland, 2013 maybe 2014, and yeah, I managed to get. I was lucky enough to get to two Angels games. One, I think it was we took a trip to Las Vegas. We went to Las Vegas for about a day and a half, I believe. Drove all the way to California, and we got to California late at night, so we made it to the Angels game maybe at like the fourth, fifth inning. So I only saw half of the first game there. We sat in the outfield. Really, really nice ballpark. So I saw that. That's the first game I saw. And then when we went to Disneyland, my dad and I, my sister, my stepmom, they were in Disneyland, and my dad and I, we left to go to an Angels game. And we managed to sit on the first base side, which was a really cool view because you could see the entire outfield. And I feel like in Anaheim, they have one of the more cool outfields with the center field wall. I mean, everyone's seen Mike Trout's highlights. That dude, he has so many robberies in center field. Mike Trout, one of the best players of all time. But nonetheless, I digress. This is one of my favorite hats for sure.
Yeah, the Anaheim Angels will always have a place in my heart. I will never get used to calling them the LA Angels.
Exactly, and I'm right here with you. And then this last one, kind of controversial. Can you take a guess?
Let's see, AL West Rangers. It can't be the Mariners.
Nope.
I was about to say, there's no controversy about that.
Hint?
Who else?
Hint?
The Astros! I forgot about the Astros.
Yep, this is it right here. I like this one. I don't wear it too much, but I definitely like this one. I've been to 3 Astros games, I believe. Really cool place, honestly. It's very similar to the Rangers' new ballpark. I like the hat. I mean, it's unique. It's like half yellow, half orangish red, you know.
Yeah, the star, yeah.
I got the hat before the scandal, so that
Yeah.
you know, I would have gotten it either way, before or after, but I'm just clarifying. Really cool place. I think the first game I went to was when they still had the hill in center field, I believe. Which I think was so cool. I understand for safety reasons why they took the hill away, but I just love that classic hill in center field.
At least try to commemorate it by putting it outside of the field or something.
I believe that's what they did. They connected the fence shorter, so in front of the hill, but the hill is still behind the fence, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So I believe that's what they did now. And then it's really cool because, you know, when a player hits a home run on the train tracks, the train goes across. So that happened a few times. Really, really unique ballpark. I mean, it's really cool. Honestly, I think it's cooler during the day. I don't know why. Those are my thoughts.
Wow. Okay.
And then the final division that I'm going to go to it's combination of the AL and NL East.
Okay,
we'll go East. The East, sure. I mentioned this a little bit. I'm not going to tell the entire story because there's a lot to it, but just know I took an East Coast trip and I was able to go to Philadelphia, New York, Baltimore, and Washington D.C. So just that, it's a story for another day, but that's essentially the gist. Okay, first hat of the first stadium that I went to on my East Coast trip. Philadelphia. Very, very... I love this hat, honestly. I like the logo. I know I was talking about how the blue and white was plain, but this one is just so clean, in my opinion. And then look there's a blue button on top. Because blue is their...
alternate, yeah.
Yeah, their third color, I suppose. This one is interesting because when we go to new stadiums, I think this was my dad's first time going as well. He got the brown version of the Phillies hat. So they're old.
What?
They're,
Not the brown version?
yeah, they have I believe it's brown and blue. I could be wrong, but it's definitely different from this one. I got their normal hat, the brown and blue. Do you want to look it up real quick? You should. I want to see your reaction. Top of the standing reaction.
Okay. So Philadelphia Phillies brown and blue hat.
Yeah.
That I had no idea that existed. So it's a brown hat. What the heck is this? What the heck is this?
Yeah.
That's what that cap looks like?
Yep.
Okay. I have never seen that in my life before. I'm telling you, I never knew that existed.
I'm not a fan of it personally, but I understand why he decided to go with that hat. It's because that's the team he grew up with. That's the logo, that was their jersey, that when he grew up watching baseball, that was the jersey and the hats that they had. So I understand his decision. It's not bad. I definitely enjoy this one a lot more.
Oh yeah, the red is definitely better, but yeah, that brown one is
It's unique.
really
It's unique.
yeah for that franchise especially. Yeah.
Yeah, similar to me, my dad also likes getting the more weird looking hats, so that's another reason. But I'm gonna tell the story another day. But this is my Phillies hat. Pretty cool.
Wow.
All right, two more left. Both I've mentioned are on the East Coast. The Yankees. The Yankees.
Oh.
I have a Yankees hat. This one's almost kind of classic in my opinion. I don't wear it ever. I don't think I've ever worn it. I think I just took the tag off recently. But it's your classic hat. When you think of the Yankees, this is it right here.
Yeah, that's a hat that a lot of people wear, even if they don't watch
Exactly.
them.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's literally the most common non baseball related hat. I mean, obviously it's a baseball team, but people are like, "Oh, that looks nice. Let me get it."
Yeah, fashion like just that's it's just a fashion thing, really, for people.
Exactly. And I mean, in New York, I've gotten a hat at every single stadium I've gone to. Had to get this one. It would have felt weird if I got an alternate at the Yankee Stadium.
Uh, I don't even know. I've never seen her.
I
I don't
haven't
think I've.
either, but I can't remember what the other hats looked like. But again, a story for another day. I'm going to tell the story of going to Yankee Stadium soon. All right, last hat that I have. Actually, I have one more after this, but last one on the East Coast. This one is one of my favorites.
Whoa, whoa! What is that white? I've never seen that white before. That's
It
clean.
is. It is, dude. I need to wear it more. This one is definitely one of my more favorite hats, just because the Oriole on the white backdrop is it's nice.
Oh my gosh! Now I know the Orioles are more known for their black and orange appeal, but oh, that white is nice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
I've already told the story of me touring Camden Yards, but this is the hat I got with it. Really cool place. I love that stadium. I think that's my favorite stadium that I went to on the East Coast for sure. But yeah, this is the hat I got. I definitely think this is their nicest looking hat. I don't know. I think they might actually wear this in games. I could be wrong. I'm not
Wow,
sure.
oh my gosh! Yeah, that's clean. Oh, that's clean.
This is by far my favorite for sure. I really like this hat. This and the Pirates hat are my two favorites. I don't know. I like this one a lot.
I think the Orioles one is better. That white is clean. I didn't see that coming. I've never seen that before.
I like this one a ton. All right, the final hat that I have, and I didn't attend this game obviously, but do you remember when the World Baseball Classic was happening a few years ago?
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but that's one of my favorite baseball events to watch. It's so entertaining. You get teams all around the world. There was even an Israeli team from Israel playing. Like
Of course,
it's
you make that reference.
so many teams get the chance to play in the World Baseball Classic, and I love the hat. I really do. And I managed to get the U.S. hat. One of my favorite hats. I believe I don't think it fits anymore, but I wore it so much. One of my favorite hats by far.
Strike three. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. My side is retired. My side is retired. Oh, what is that?
Bro,
What is that?
look how nice that is. There's like multiple stars behind it. Got the U.S. patch and then the world. I thought there was a world. Actually, yeah, there is. World Baseball Classic logo on the back.
Oh, that's too clean.
This is one of my favorites, and I've actually seen a lot of people wear this and be non-baseball fans. So this is similar to the Yankees. I don't think you have to be a baseball fan to actually like this hat.
Oh my god. I mean, even if you're just an American, that's probably enough to wear that
I
hat.
know.
Oh
Look
my
how
goodness.
it's so nice.
That is clean. The red brim. See, when the brim is a different color compared to the base, it's 9 times out of 10 it's clean.
One hundred
It's so.
percent. I 100% agree. And this one, I don't know. I wore it so much.
Whoa! Flip it under. Did I see white? No, flip it up.
Yeah.
Give me the. Whoa!
Oh, look at the sticker that's still on it.
Oh, that's clean.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
bro. You might have to get it. Look how nice this hat is.
Oh, that's too clean. Oh no, they had the red, white, and the blue incorporate. Oh, it's over. Oh that. Oh gosh.
Dude, I love this hat so much. It's one of my favorites for sure. Ooh, there's also a little World Baseball Classic patch inside of it.
They even got the patch inside. Oh man, that's overkill.
Yeah.
That's overkill.
This one I had to bring out. It's part of the hat collection. Obviously, I didn't go to a game in Japan. I didn't go to a game in San Diego. But, I mean, the World Baseball Classic, anytime it's on, one of the most fun things to watch.
Wow.
Yeah. This is one of my favorites for sure. And the only hats that I do not have that I've been to the stadium are obviously the Brewers, but also Colorado. I lived in Colorado for a few years, but I went to a game before my hat collection started, so I don't think it counts. If I go back there, I'll have to get a hat. But yeah, that's the other stadium I've been to and attended a game without getting a hat. And I've been to, I toured the Nationals Park, and I didn't get a hat because that's a tour. It doesn't count, you know.
What about Seattle?
No, I've never been to Seattle. Actually, I've never been to Seattle. I've never been to an A's game. I've never been to Miami. I've never been to Tampa Bay. I've never been to Atlanta. So there are quite a few that I still need to get to. I don't have Colorado or Milwaukee or the Nationals, but I didn't attend a game at Nationals Park. But yeah, that was my hat collection, I suppose.
Wow. Yeah, that's an adventure as usual when you tell baseball stories. Yeah, I mean that's why people love the game of baseball, right? There's so many intangibles behind it. That's what I've learned over the years.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Like holy smokes.
Hey, which hat would you get if you were out of my collection right here? Which hat do you think was your favorite?
Oh, I'm snatching that Orioles one. That white caught me off guard. As good as the U.S. one was, that Orioles white caught me off guard, man. With the orange brim and the black back. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
that caught me off guard.
That is definitely one of my favorites. Again, it's fire. It's fire.
With the orange button on the top of the black and white. Oh my gosh.
Bro, it's clean. It is clean.
Yeah, that would be the one for me.
I think my favorite is probably this one. I know it's a little bit weird. I am a fan of neon, and I really like neon orange. I think this one is the coolest.
Oh, that tiger.
Oh, and look at the actual logo. It's like
yeah.
It's not even like stitched on. It's like a plastic plate almost.
It feels weird. Well, I shouldn't say feel because I'm like literally miles away from the logo, but
it is definitely, it's not stitched on. It's like I don't even know what you would call that. Really, really cool though. I agree with your assessment of the Orioles hat though. That's definitely one of my favorites for sure.
Oh yeah, I would snatch that one. That would be the one that I would snatch. But you know what? Since I'm good. This is a little preview to my own story time next week. You did talk about baseball caps. I will talk about the journey of one particular baseball cap that I have.
Okay.
That cap is just part of a bigger story.
I like it. I like these stories that entail bigger stories, I guess.
Yeah, just a little preview. Obviously, the cap is part of the story.
Sure.
But yeah, that hat adventure of yours still ongoing too. That's insane. But yeah, I liked it. Hopefully the fans liked it as well. If you guys enjoy, give us that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or whatever streaming device you're using to listen to Top of the Standings and the Storytime Special. Give us that like, comment, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and then give us a follow on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. The Big Three. This has been the Storytime Special, number 26. We'll see you guys next week for number 27. Peace.